Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about highlights because that is one thing we have not talked about yet during this whole adventure with stories. So, what advice would you give to someone who is starting out with their highlights? And then I will follow suit with some advice for someone who has utilized highlights for a while. So you'll do they just started out, just figuring out what highlights are, and then I'll do they've had them for a while, how to kind of up their game.
Excellent. I love it. I'd say like step zero would be to not overthink it. Don't overthink it. Here's my disclaimer.
Yes,
Because
don't overthink
don't
it.
overthink it. And I did too when I first started. Like I spent way too long
Oh yeah.
deciding what my highlights should be. Yeah. Wait, because we're human, right? And we will continue to do that in
Yeah.
other areas of our business too, and our marketing. But so tip zero is don't overthink it. Now, getting started. I mean, I think there are a lot of different things to consider, and the very first one would be obviously what should my highlights be? And I like
Mm-hmm.
obviously every business is different, every strategy is different, and you can play with this and use it however you want. What I generally recommend to people is to pick three categories of topics that they generally cover and then have a highlight for each one. So if you're financial,
I'm so sorry. A wasp flew by, so I apologize for all those who got concerned with my concerned face.
I was like, she
I'm
should
just
be
gonna roll
fine.
up my windows. I'm so
You're okay,
sorry.
right?
I'm,
Did it come in your
that
car?
thing almost came in. Girl, if that thing had come in this car, this live would have turned into a whole nother level of entertainment. I
That's
apologize.
natural selection. That's you protecting yourself. And that is why your
Oh
people
my
have
gosh.
made it to this moment.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, sorry.
I'm
Continue.
sorry, friend. Okay, so you can choose anything for your highlights, and I don't think you could really go right or wrong. The general thing that I like to recommend people is to pick three themes or categories of topics that you cover. So if you're like a financial coach, you talk about maybe budgeting and mindset and saving money. Let's just say those are the three things, right? And if you have more, great. I mean, that's great, but I like to generally keep highlights more condensed, you know? Like sometimes you see people with like 17 and you're just scrolling and scrolling. And when there are so many choices, the person's just gonna hop off. This is true for all areas of marketing and business. You know, don't give them too many choices because they'll get overwhelmed and leave. So I say like pick three, have a highlight for each.
Please subscribe to Magnolia Heart Creatives channel for more amazing and practical videos about social media, blogging, email marketing, planning, and so much more.